We are recording.
Great.
Check 1, 2.
Really?
Yes.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Why did they say check?
Because it's a check. 1, 2.
But why is it check?
I don't know. Maybe they're hoping to get paid at the end of the gig.
You're wearing check.
I'm wearing check.
Welcome to our channel about games.
Oh.
I'm going to slap you. Welcome to our channel about games
And stuff in the studio. This week we bring you a special episode. We set ourselves a
challenge.
A challenge of reaching 20 games in 30 days. New games.
Learning new games, yes.
So we've spent a lot of time learning new games, but we're quite busy with other things.
Yeah, I have to say that this might not seem much of a challenge for some YouTubers out there. But for us, it was a big challenge.
Big challenge to fit in the time to get 20 games learnt. Some were easier than others, and we'll go through the list with you one by one today. And we'll give them we'll give them a rating on a few scales. Maybe. A difficulty to learn rating, and a fun rating, and a controversy rating.
Controversy rating?
Well, there was controversy.
Yeah, okay.
In some of them.
Petergate.
Petergate?
Petergate.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Petergate.
Nevertheless. Where do we start, Sue? What's number one?
Number one, and this is in order of actually when we learnt them.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Okay.
So we learnt Pan Am first.
That was the first one on the list. Yeah, I like this game.
I know you do.
We have to give this a bit of a backstory. I got it in the shop because I liked just the logo. So I flew Pan Am way back when.
You're just showing your age.
I know.
So this was 2020 by Funko Games.
Yep.
It's 2 to 4 players and around 60 minutes, which is about right, I think. It's got an old school feel about it.
We've had 3-4 plays of it now.
Yeah, I like it. And there's quite a bit of bidding.
Yes, the worker placement is a bidding structure as well, where you can get kicked off your location.
Which normally I don't like, but I thought it was pretty good.
It works in the game.
Anyway, we've done a whole thing on how to play Pan Am, so you can watch that video later.
The artwork is nice, the box is good, all the components fit in the box at the end. It wasn't too
That's always a bonus.
It wasn't too difficult to learn, and it was probably... I'm not going to give it a rating yet.
The rule book was very good.
Yes.
It takes you through step by step. It's very good.
The rule book is excellent.
Cool.
Number two.
Number two was Iquazu.
Iquazu.
Which is one that I have liked for some time, and Peter was dead against it. It's not a game that is easy to sell in the store, only because we didn't know how to play it.
Yeah.
It's a big setup and it's quite fiddly.
It's 2 to 4 players. It was designed in 2017, published by Harbour Games, and plays in around 50 minutes.
That's probably about right too, but they're leaving out the fact that it takes you 20 minutes to set it up.
Yeah, it's a fiddly setup.
It is a very fiddly setup.
It's got a physical structure to it where you're stacking these little bars, I suppose.
They're waterfall pieces.
Waterfall pieces.
Waterfall pieces. You're working at getting gems from underneath the waterfall.
And you've got to populate it with all this stuff and...
and it slides along and the waterfall moves.
On the fiddly rating, it's quite high.
Yes, but I think it's quite a good game. I think it
did play well, and
suit a family.
After learning it, we managed to sell a copy or two in the store.
So
once we were able to explain it in better detail.
Well worth getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was number 3?
Third on the list was another one we've already done.
Yes. I enjoyed this game.
It's Red Cathedral.
Yeah, this is great.
And we've had a lot of plays of this since.
Yes, we have played this one a lot. It's rating up there really well. It's
a lot of game in a little box.
Published by De Vere Games in 2020, 1 to 4 players and approximately 80 minutes. I think you can play it a little bit quicker.
I think you can. If you know it well, I think you can play it quicker than that.
Yeah.
You can also drag it out.
Well,
because you want to get as many of the towers finished so that you score more.
If somebody sort of looks at their position on the board as how far ahead they are, and they go, right, if I complete my 6th piece now, I can end the game.
Yeah, but you want to make sure you have majority in the towers.
Yeah.
So, still haven't played the expansion.
The expansion with it. We're not expansionists.
No, but
we're base gamers.
I want to learn the expansion for this one because it has workers.
Yes, and we are big fans of worker placement. We really loved the main mechanic of the game.
It's a very interesting dice mechanic.
With the dice and the rondel, I suppose you call it.
Yeah.
Works really, really well.
Yes. That was a
rate
winner,
that one quite well. 5 grand.
Devere have done some great games in the last couple of years.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we've. What's the first Devere game we learnt was Batoku, I think, and then we've started.
And we did Red Cathedral, and then we learnt.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Something else further down the list.
So this game is probably the quickest. It took us 5 minutes to learn. 5 crowns. We've had it in store. I've never played it, and it is just a rummy game.
It is.
It's just a basic rummy game.
It's a very simple version of the game that you taught me.
Yes, of my family game.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, easy to get into. It's probably a must-have.
Play Monster 1996, 1 to 7 players. So it's a bigger group game, 45 minutes. Great if you're a family and you've got some grandparents that still play card games and want to involve them in a family game. They could pick that up really quickly. It's almost a standard deck of cards, but it's got a 5th suit. There's not really that much difference to a rummy game.
Played a hand and went, okay, we know how to play this.
And away we went. Yeah, really quick to learn, but again, a good filler and probably worth having in your collection.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say not have it.
I think all families should actually have a copy of that.
Yeah, it's quite good. Where do we go from here, Sue?
So the next one we played with some friends of ours.
Who own the copy.
But we don't own this game.
Yeah.
It's called Almanac, Dragon Road.
Yes.
Which is by Colossal Games in 2020. Does 2 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes.
It's an interesting game. It's book driven.
It's book driven, yes.
So
still worker placement.
Each pair of pages in the book is a different scenario in the game.
And you don't necessarily see all the pages.
No. It's a bit of a story, and you choose your own adventure type thing.
Choose your own adventure, yeah.
Very colourful. It is worker placement in the end.
Yeah. I think, again, that would be really right up a family.
Yeah. Davin plays it with his kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Davin's got it, and he's raved about it. Now that I've played it, yes, I like it.
Because you're not a fan of the book.
No, I don't usually like the book games.
I think it's quite clever.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you'd have all these different boards.
I suppose we need to try Mice and Mystics and...
Mice and Mystics.
And...
Stuffed Fables.
Stuffed Fables, yeah.
Yeah, we probably should.
We probably should try those. One day.
One day.
When we have another 20 games to learn in a month.
Now, the next one...
Yes?
Which we've also done a video on.
Oh, yeah.
Creature Comforts.
Was that the 5th one we learnt? 6th one?
Oh, there's a hair.
Wow.
Yeah. So this one, I don't think we've ever learnt anything from this particular publisher.
No. Creature Comforts Kids Table Board Games in 2022, 1 to 5 players, 45 minutes. I like this game.
As we said, I like this game. It's very good, and it's quite an advanced kids game, if you want to call it a kids game at all.
Yeah, what's the age on it again? 8 plus?
8 plus.
With some assistance, yes.
The theme is definitely going to grab the kids because it's very cute.
Very family-friendly game. Worker placement with a difference because it's also dice-driven. And you may not resolve the place where you put your worker if you don't get the dice roll to your favour.
I think what is going to help families is that when you place your things, you can still move them around if you're not happy.
Yeah.
So if someone suddenly goes there and you go, oh, I should probably go there too, then
until everyone is
change your mind.
Happy with their worker placement, but you resolve with the dice after that. So you want to be sure to roll well again. This next game was the heaviest game in many respects that we learnt. Kanban EV, Eagle Griffin Games in 2020, 1 to 4 players, 60 to 150 minutes. And yes, the first playthrough of this game was from opening, punching, learning, reading, watching, setting up. It was 6 hours and we didn't complete the game.
We didn't complete the game.
But we
did have a second play.
We're really gravitating towards Vital Lacerda games, and we've ordered a significant few other ones.
There's more to come.
This has just got so much going for it, and the production quality is just amazing. The box insert, I can't really do it justice on here, but I'll put up a still.
Yeah.
Everything about it is quality.
Game.
Everything
It's not the original. The EV is electric vehicles.
Yes.
So it's quite modern.
There has been a few versions of Kanban. Really heavy. What is it? 4.3?
4.3 or something like that.
One of the heaviest games we've played.
And I think I spoke to someone in store today who asked me what my favourite game was at the moment, and I said Kanban.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I rate it as well. It's
definitely up there.
good fun. We've had a full playthrough since our second game. It took us just on 3 hours to complete with 4 players.
Yeah.
And
I think we're going to get faster the next time we play.
You had a bit of a scoring malfunction and didn't do quite as well, but the other 3 players were within 10 points.
I don't play to win. I just play to enjoy the game, so it doesn't really matter.
You do play to win.
I don't really. I don't really care if I win or not.
It's funny.
I don't. Architectura.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where that one is.
It's over there. Yes.
Neglected.
It's over there. Little card game.
It's Arcane Wonders. It was 2018, 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. Probably quicker than that.
Yeah.
Especially with only 2 players.
It's a card placement,
It's
tableau building.
Interesting mechanic where whatever you place in front, there's some math involved, and you rotate cards.
Cards
to
devalue them.
lesser or more value.
Yep.
And then you count up all the score at the end.
Yeah.
You're building streets
Again,
in blocks.
Not a difficult game to learn.
No.
A little bit of strategy. Everyone starts with the same cards, just a different colour.
But there is an advanced one where you can swap those out for more advanced cards.
And then the order that they come out, because you've only got 3 cards in your hand at the time. Getting your cards out in the right order because their values are different, and you don't want to burn a high value card too early because it'll get devalued.
Someone will devalue it or deconstructed it altogether.
But quite quick. The artwork was nice. Small box, glove box game.
Probably not enough of a game for me.
Yeah.
No. It was okay. If you want a little filler game, it would be fine.
Yep.
But I think 4 players would be better.
Yeah.
2-player wasn't very exciting.
It would be more challenging, yes. The next one, yes. Petergate, Cascadia.
Cascadia. Peter had a slight scoring malfunction.
Yes, this is by the same people who designed Calico.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. That's what I've always been led to believe. It's an AEG game.
It's AEG.
Yeah. 1 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. This is another one of those drafting placement games.
It's a tile placement game, but it's a puzzle.
It's a real puzzle.
And you have 5 different animals, and they all score differently, and you're trying to...
And there's 5 different types of...
Kind of do them.
Terrain. And you're trying to make those as large as you can, those terrains. But, like, a fish can end up in a mountain just by the way they've designed the game.
Yes.
You don't have to all fish in rivers. But you score for how the animals are arranged based on the cards that you've drawn.
And there's 4 cards for each animal, so the replayability is
very
high.
very high. Yeah, quite puzzly, quite thinky. You get 20 turns each.
But I'm not sure.
Yes, 20 turns
but
each.
Unlike Calico, it's a bit more freeform. So you just have a flat surface. You're not confined.
Yes.
So it's a little less anxiety driven until you get to scoring with Peter.
Yeah. Okay. I had trouble interpreting a scoring rule for the birds.
Are an interesting thing, and depending on what card you use as well. So there are cards that score the line of sight between the birds, so you're actually scoring the lines of sight, and there are cards where they just score the bird provided they have at least 1 line of sight.
Yes, I kind of wanted to do...
He wanted to score the same birds.
I had 3 birds in a triangle, which meant there was 6 line of sight because each bird could see 2 other birds.
But no. Just no.
No, I wasn't getting that through.
No.
It was a bit of controversy, but it is what it is. Next up. Okay.
Another one Peter didn't like. I like this one.
Next Nation London is a flip and write.
It is a flip and write.
By Blue Orange Games in 2020, 1 to 4 players, 25 minutes. Now...
it's got an interesting mechanic with the coloured pencils.
Yeah. I'm not good at drawing, and when it comes to games like this, I struggle.
You only have to draw lines, honestly, with a coloured pencil. It's join the dots. But each of you starts with a different coloured pencil, so you're working on that particular part of your
And then
map.
the pencils-
There's a starting position for each coloured pencil.
And the pencils rotate around the table.
pencils rotate around
So in
the
a
table.
two-player game, 2 pencils are out of play each round.
Correct.
Yes, which is what we did.
And the game, or that round, ends when all the cards of a particular thing come out. All the stations? All
Yes,
the station cards
all
come
the station
out,
cards
and
come out.
that round ends.
That round ends.
So-
Not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Not easy
It's
at all.
Quite difficult. Because you want to cross the river.
You can't cross rail lines.
No.
You need to cross the river.
So sometimes you get caught in a corner and you can't.
You've got to try and construct hubs where all 4 lines are going from.
It's a challenge.
Another
I think we need
puzzly-
to give it a few more plays.
Yeah, we've only had the one play of it.
and I'd like to play it with 4 players.
Yes, we'll
So-
take that one to the girls.
Yes.
And have a crack.
They
at
love
that.
flip and right, so
Yeah,
that would be good.
We shall do that. Now, this is one of our favourites. This was fun.
Cat Lady.
Cat Lady. It's
Yes.
been in the shop for I don't know how long.
This was one night when he said, you can choose something in the shop to take home. And I went, a Cat Lady.
Cat Lady, AEG Games, 2021, 1 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes.
It's fun.
It's great. It's easy to learn. Good family game. Kids could play this.
You're just
in a group.
trying to get cats, you're trying to feed cats, you're trying to collect cat toys,
And-
catnip.
Yep. Great game. It's got it's a grid mechanic where you put the cards out and you draft a grid or a row, a column or a row. But there's a blocking cat that on your turn you get to place and you stop your opponents from drafting a column or a row. Doesn't mean you can't get one of the cards
No.
because you just draft at 90 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, it's a fun little game. And we've brought that out a couple of times.
Yes.
I like it.
I've enjoyed that. We introduced the boys to that the night we learned Almanac.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. The next one is, yes. Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Harder than I thought it was going to be.
It was harder than I thought. I thought it would be, because it's supposed to be a cut down version of Terraforming Mars.
Which
but,
it does really well.
Yes.
And it is purely card driven.
And the board is tiny.
The player boards are awesome. They're
Still lots of cards like in Terraforming Mars.
still managing lots of components.
All unique cards. And there's 3 expansions to this.
Yes. This
So
is good.
That'll be interesting.
If you don't want to dive into the big whole game of Terraforming Mars, which can go for a few hours, this is, what is the time on this? 80 minutes. Yeah, for 4
It's
players.
It's still a big chunk of a game, really.
Yeah. Artwork is good, the cards quality is good, the boards are good.
All the quality is great with
yeah.
Stronghold games.
And the box is really nice too. It's got a lovely finish
Got
on
an
it.
embossed kind
Yeah.
of thing.
It's really cool. I rated this game. We need to play it again,
Yes.
but in a bigger group. Absolutely. With the girls or the boys?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, so that was Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Pick the other one up.
What's the next game?
The next game is a little tiny game. Which I don't know.
We left it
doesn't-
at the shop. It's so
It's
small.
left at the shop. It's tiny.
Little tin.
It's called Gold. It's a Reiner Knizia game.
Yeah.
It's by the Game Factory in 2020. It's 2 to 5 players, only 15 minutes. It's basically a clever memory game where you're trying to remember where treasure is.
Yes, you spread out all these discs
And
of
you've got
cards. You've got a mine shaft.
Miners. You've got your miners that you
a mine shaft that you own, and you've got miners and gold cards. And you flip over 2, and if the miner's value is greater than the gold you've turned over, he can carry it out. But it goes to the colour of the miner. So if I had the brown shaft and it was the purple miner, the gold would go to the purple player, and you don't necessarily get it.
Yes. And if you draft 2 miners, they're kind of...
They get eliminated from the game.
The lower one.
The lower one
will
gets
get
eliminated
from the game.
Gets eliminated from the game.
So then you're running out of
and then
miners.
there's TNT, which blows stuff up, and yeah, good memory match game.
Quite
quick,
a quick
yeah.
game.
And it's yeah,
It
keep
would
it in your
be-
handbag or your glove box, and
Yeah. It's a good travel one.
yeah, absolutely good for caravans,
Yeah.
camping. Be fine as long as you've got a table. That was it. Now this next one was another very heavy game.
Yes.
We don't own it. It was
Taught to us.
Dominant Species. It's a GMT game.
It was our first GMT game.
2010, 2 to 6 players, 120 to 240
That's
minutes.
probably accurate. Did it take us 3 hours?
It was 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really nice game. This a lot going on, but a simple mechanic of
Yes.
the placement, the worker placement, and then you resolve all those placements from top to bottom, left to right.
Yep.
Really cool.
There's a lot of choices.
A lot of take that, and there are some
Yes,
cards in it
it's a
that are
nasty
really
game.
mean, and they kill you off. You can be eliminated from this game.
Yes.
Yes, you can be eliminated from this game.
You can also be eliminated from Kanban.
Yeah, we didn't mention that, did
No,
we? Yeah.
you can.
Lots of components. You are
Good solid
extending.
components.
You're extending the world with different types of terrain.
And
You are trying to
species.
get your species to be able to survive on more than one type of food.
Yes.
And you're trying to occupy and have dominance in each of the tiles on the board.
Which is not an easy task.
And it's a little bit of math to do with that.
It's funny because I don't normally like any take that
Yeah.
sort of, but I kind of embraced it in that
And
game. I
yeah,
had fun.
You're fighting everyone and you're getting people to remove their species off the board and
Yep.
get dominance in a tile.
good.
And
I like
it was very good. We want to play that one again too very soon.
Didn't pay for me in the end, but
I quite enjoyed
who won
that
that
one.
game?
I did,
You did.
yes.
That's rare.
According to Delaney, it was a pantsing.
Very good.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Z-Man Games, 2022.
You saw us learning that one.
Yes, we played this one
watched
on
this?
stream. We did this one as a box break and a live learn. It was a box break and live
It
learn.
was box
Yeah.
break live learn.
Yeah.
Luckily, we'd played a pandemic before. I think otherwise we
Yeah.
would have been
Would have
in
been a bit of a
trouble.
challenge if you hadn't played a pandemic system game before.
But we will do that again.
Yes.
We've got a couple of games in mind that we might.
Do need to
do.
play that one. We lost
We did. We lost quite miserably.
quite quickly too.
Yeah, it wasn't a long game. Not to worry.
But we usually lose at pandemic.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know what it
We
is.
won out when we first played Pandemic. We won the first game,
Yeah.
and everyone was going, "It's so hard." And we were like, "What? We won." And then we played it again and lost,
And then we played it again and lost.
So it was just.
And we've had a go at a couple of the legacies. And
beginner's luck.
yeah. But Star Wars is really good. The minis are really cool. The
Yeah,
minis
they
are really
are
cool. The
nice.
artwork's very good.
Might have to get someone to paint them.
Yeah.
Won't be me.
Why not? You're the artist.
No time.
I'm IT.
There's no time. I don't have any time.
Yes, time. Next game. This one was pretty cool. I like this.
This is the other Devere game we learnt.
Yes,
which
Lunar
was
Capital.
Capital. And we had this unboxed for ages and didn't play it.
No.
And it's quite good.
It is, again, much like Cascadia in that you are drafting a
Yes.
card and a tile from...
Yes, okay. Yes, I can see that.
And then you're building a tableau with the cards.
You don't have to play
Place-
all your cards.
Don't
You have to play all your tiles.
You have to play your tiles, yeah. And then you're going to score on how the tiles are arranged
Yeah.
on the cards. And there's
Yes. So it's
adjacency
very
rules
puzzly.
and all that stuff. Very,
Very
puzzly, not easy.
And you, as the game goes on each round, you
Add
draft
more
more and more
tiles,
tiles.
more tiles.
So it gets harder then to try and place them all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But good, yes, another wrap for Devere.
Yes,
They're producing
another
really, some really good stuff. I do want to go and have a go at Paris City of Lights.
Yeah, I think we should.
Another Devere. And there are some more on the suppliers website that
Cool.
we should check out because
Yes.
they're doing a great job.
Yep. Next.
All right, we've had this a while.
No, we have.
Funfair. Now, we got this from Good Games Publishing
We did.
to do, and because we knew Unfair, we've played Unfair. Sue is not a fan of Take
No,
That
I
games.
don't really like unfair because
So-
it's very unfair.
Yeah, this has been sitting
This
in
one I
our
liked much better.
This has been sitting in our shelf of shame for
Quite a while.
2 years.
It's a bit sad.
We had to do something about that, and we finally have.
And it's quite quick.
Yeah, quicker than
It's-
Unfair.
They say it's 15 minutes per person. So,
Yeah.
And it does up to 4 players, so it's
Yeah.
not a long game at all.
If you don't like Take That and that's put you off Unfair, then play Funfair because it's far more
You get to actually
player-friendly.
focus on your park.
Your own park and not be worried about
China.
someone trashing your park.
Yes, it's great. I
Yeah.
like it. The cards are much the same as in Unfair.
Yeah, it was published in 2021, 2 to 4 players. Yeah, as you said,
bits.
15 minutes per player. Now, this one we haven't got here. We left it at the shop.
Left it at the shop.
Zategy is a tile placement game, 2018, 2 to 4 players, 5 to 10 minutes. It's very quick. It's Connect 4 on a flat table.
For 4 players?
For 4 players. You've got to get 4 of your tiles in a row, diagonally, horizontally or vertically. There are blocking tiles that you can play.
But you only get one blocking tile.
One blocking tile.
And you choose when to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's fine.
He beat me in about 2 minutes. So.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I beat you, and then you said that wasn't fair. So
no,
I let you
were
have
too
that
quick.
turn again, and then I beat you on the next
I
turn.
didn't get to place my blocker.
Right.
It didn't help me in the end. So anyway, it is what it is. Now the next one I haven't played.
Okay,
I
yes.
be
I
honest.
learnt this one with my son.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's a heavy game. And it is a heavy game. Imperial Steam, Capstone Games, 2021, 2 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes. Allow about another 60 minutes for first play.
Who won?
Luke did.
Of course he did.
My son won this. He twigged as to what was going on a little bit earlier than I did as to how to get there. This is a resource management game and train line construction game. The winning condition is money.
Oh.
Or connecting the 2 main cities. I can't remember the names of them.
Okay.
You are constructing rail lines through different terrain, and if you need to build a tunnel, you have to have a tunnel engineer, so you have to have acquired one of them through the course of the game before you get there.
Okay.
Resources are really tight, and you use a lot of resources to construct one link.
Oh wow. Okay.
You can also sell shares in your rail business to gain money, but every time you do that, one of those tokens on your share market board will be 10% off for each one of them, your final score, because you've got to pay back the loans.
That's too much like real life.
It's a little bit very heavy. This is a 4.5 on Board Game Geek.
Is it really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, they say 12 plus. You think?
Oh, look, once you've learnt it, yes.
Okay.
The initial learning curve is quite steep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not great on reading rules.
No, but Luke and I took it in turns. We read a
Okay.
section each
That's
and worked
fair.
it out, and
Yeah.
we got through it. But yeah, very good game. If you like the heavier games, and we're getting more into
Yeah.
heavier games all the time now. Definitely worth a crack at Imperial
The last
Steam.
one,
And this is the last one, which
I had to order retail because we couldn't get it from
Can't-
any of our suppliers.
can't get it. So this is Bot Factory.
It was a Kickstarter, so
Yes. Eagle Griffin,
Eagle Griffin Games again.
2023.
It is also a Vital Lacerda, but it's in conjunction with Quintella Martins.
Yeah, 30 to 60 minutes. It draws a lot of its mechanics from Kanban, which we spoke about earlier.
The worker placement component is very similar to Kanban.
Kanban,
but this
and-
one has 4 boards.
And there's a character in this game that is also in Kanban. So Sandra, she walks the floor in
Yeah, she's
Kanban
the
and in Bot Factory.
supervisor, So
I wonder if she worked in the Bot Factory first and then got promoted to the Kanban factory, or did
Maybe
she
she
get
was
demoted?
demoted to
Demoted
Bot
to Bot Factory.
I don't know. Depends.
Good fun. You've got
Yes.
to assemble robots with a head, a torso, and legs.
It's not quite as heavy as Kanban. Like it's only a 30 to 60 minute game, so
Yes.
you can knock this one over fairly
Value of
quickly.
completed robots changes throughout the game.
Yes.
Gathering each component is difficult. You don't always get the components you want straight
No,
away, and you
you
have to
don't.
take some that you don't
There's
need.
there's a rondelle of components which is gravity fed from the top.
And then you are also going to try and complete contracts which are combinations of different robots.
But if you don't complete, if you reserve a contract and you don't complete
points
it,
off.
it's points off.
Yeah.
If you take a project and you don't complete it, it's points off.
Yeah.
If you have bits left over, it's
points
points
off.
off. Yeah. You need to be efficient.
Very colourful, smallish footprint for
Yes.
the game, really.
When I saw it online, I thought the box was the same size as the Kanban one because it's the same shape.
Yeah.
But it's a lot smaller.
Also, great production on this. They've
Love it.
done
It's
another
beautiful.
box
They've done
insert.
a great box insert, which we'll put in
Yes.
after.
So there we are. That's our 20 games in 30 days. I hope you enjoyed that. If there's games in there you'd like us to get in for you, let us know. Come and see us at the shop. I'm sure we've got some of them in stock, not all of them, but well worth playing. I said at the start that we were going to give them a bit of a rating, and I'm just going to give my favourite. The favourite was Kanban.
Yep.
The outstanding favourite. The most difficult game I learnt was Imperial Steam. The lightest game that I probably won't play again, but if it came out I would, is 5 Crowns and Zategy. The rest were all well within...
There's quite a few that I would like to play again, so that's good. I still have to learn Imperial Steam, of course, but I want to play most things again.
Yeah.
So it was good. It's a good range of games.
Yes, so please hit
for our first challenge.
Hit that subscribe button and the like. The likes are really important. The likes get us spread.
They tell the algorithm that it's a good video
worth
to
watching.
watch, and
So
you should watch it.
Like, and go and like some of our other videos. And
Please.
please, thank you. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That would be really cool.
And if you have another idea for a challenge that's related to board games or board gaming things, let us know.
Yeah, please do.
We'll give it a go. Maybe.
And we need to start talking about other stuff at some point.
Yes, other stuff.
Which
we
we'll get
do
to.
Other stuff besides board games.
Yeah, we'll get there soon. So thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.
Play more games.